2.
Good evening, everyone. I want to welcome you to Sports Fan Talk. I'm your humble host, Big G.
Raider Mike.
And you know, it's your boy, the Young Architect, back at it again, man.
Yes. For all you guys expecting to see Raider Lady 19, she's stuck at the airport, could not get down with us this evening, trying to get back home from traveling. But next week, she should be back with us. And we got a nice full plate for you guys tonight. We're going to start it off talking about Brittany Griner once again and her situation, sentenced to 9 years out there in a Russian jail, man. Let's see. Where are we going to start? Raider Mike, what do you think about that, man?
Well, like they said, I'm just, that's a lot. I think that's just way too much time for the crime. But other people say, oh, well, I've heard different things from other people. So, it's another country's laws, but that's not true. They ain't locking up everybody like that for stuff like that for that long. They just trying to, this is a political thing with the United States. They got something against the United States. That's what this is about. It's not about that damn little misdemeanor. That's a misdemeanor here. And for them, that's damn near that's like a felony there. That's 9 years. There's people that get less time who kept holding a pound of weed, or a kilo of weed. 10 pounds of weed, you get less than that. That's no, that right there is just, that's sad. And it's not right for them to put her through that. But they gonna get her out, because now the pressure is on the United States now. It's on them now. Now you gonna go get out the people who you want to get out. Well, let's go see you get this young lady out. Even she don't deserve that. I'm sorry. This is a punishment that I don't think anybody deserves. Period. Not just her, but since it happened to her and she's been over there a number of years playing basketball over there, and this is what she did. I don't agree with it. I'm bothered by that, because I'm like, not just because she's a black woman, but because of the time of the sentence. Look how long it is. And we know the United States got to go get her. Whatever they got to do to get her, they need to figure that out and stop playing and bring her back home so that she can get her life started again, so she can get her life back. Because I know she's probably extremely stressed, no telling what kind of food they feeding them, who knows.
Yeah.
But that's all I got to say on it. That's sad. And we just got to get us some picket signs together and go down to Washington by the White House and say, free Brittany Griner. We have to get us some signs.
Yeah, that's what it's gonna boil down to.
Like the march by the White House.
Something, man. We gotta do something about this. Architect, what do you think, man? Because I know you sent this. Was that an article, or what was that from?
It was well, originally it's funny because I saw it. I was scrolling through Instagram and I saw it on my Instagram story, and it was crazy. And then I was like, oh, it's Instagram, this could be fake, you know what I'm saying? Because people be posting fake stuff. But then I actually went to go read the article and everything. This is like a real thing. Back in I want to say 2019, this 19-year-old girl named Audrey Lorber was found guilty for smuggling 17 grams of THC into Russia. She was released while she was on family vacation. She was released after 2 months. It was only fined 15,000 rubles. Now you look at Brittany Griner situation. 0.7 grams of THC smuggling into Russia. And it's funny that she got sentenced to 9 years and fined 1 million rubles. You know what I'm saying? And this is 2022. Now, if you go look up the article, obviously it's a 19-year-old. She's a white girl, and you know what I'm saying. You see that, and then you see Brittany Griner situation, and you're like, well, damn.
Let me cut you off for 1 second. 15,000 rubles is $247.83. So that's how much she got.
You know what I'm saying?
Jeez.
So, and then regardless of her being 19 and Brittany being 31, to me, and this is as clear cut as I can see, you got black and you got white. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yep. my thing is, you know, especially because she is a celebrity. She's very much is a celebrity. She's a professional basketball player. She plays in the WNBA. She is an American citizen. To say that this 19-year-old girl who got caught with way more THC than Brittany Griner, and the little 19-year-old only got 2 months, and Brittany, for a significantly less amount, got sentenced to 9 years. Not saying that she's gonna do 9 years, but she got sentenced to 9 years and had $1 million fine. That right there just kind of shows me, you know, what America's priority is in a certain way. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I think it's really true. It's truly a tragedy to see a Black woman in that space, a Black person in general in that space, because we're not well liked around the world. You know what I'm saying? Even if you look with everything that was going on, you would see like back in like even in when the Ukraine was the first initial attacks and all that, they was trying to keep the Black people from getting on the train to get out. Like, so I can only imagine what she's going through, you know what I'm saying, while she's, you know, locked up there right now. This is just furthering my campaign of like, bring Brittany Griner home, man, free Brittany Griner. And for the people out there who's kind of like, oh, well, she broke their law. Like, well, there's an article proving to you right there that obviously like someone who brought a lot more did a lot less. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I don't know. I have a theory on this myself. And yeah, just follow along with me. I think this is just part of the war games as far as Russia and US. And Brittany Griner just happened to fall in and play a nice little perfect pawn.
She got caught in the crossfire.
Basically, the Russians want Victor Bout back, the merchant of death, the arms dealer. They want him out of there. So to me, it wouldn't matter if they sentence Brittany Griner to 6 months or 20 years. The thing is, send a message to the US that we're not playing. You know what I mean? So therefore, you have that, and then all of a sudden, on the US part of it, they're like throwing Paul Whelan as far as being released also with Brittany Griner. So like, they weren't talking about him before, this Brittany Griner thing. Now he's being thrown in the mix. So now, in the end, Brittany Griner, just take her out. It's an exchange, Paul Whelan for Victor Bout. That's what this is about. Russia's like, give us our merchant of death. United States is like, give us our James Bond super spy in exchange. Brittany Griner, she's thrown in like a 3rd round draft pick. So to me, I look at it as US citizens or whatever, don't even fear. I think she'll be home by Christmas. That 9 years is just to send a message like, look, we're not playing. We really want Victor out. So what are you going to do? You know, oh, we'll just keep Brittany over here and make you guys look bad just in case. So I feel like in the end, the exchange will be made. She'll be home by Thanksgiving or Christmas or whatever. United States will look like some sort of heroes again, and everybody's going to be happy. Except for Brittany Griner, who really actually had to go through the experience of being in jail out there and going through those conditions. So she'll have PTSD, you know what I mean? So it's going to be tough for her, but she'll be home. You know what I'm saying? Fear not. She will be held.
Yeah.
Hopefully sooner rather than later.
Like I said before, just watch her body language when she give that thank you speech.
Yeah. You mentioned that already. You know, so we shall see.
Just watch out for it.
Next up, we're going into some more fuckeration. Jumping right on in to Deshaun Watson, NFL appealing the decision for the 6 games. You know, architect, lead us off, man.
Yeah, I was kind of anticipating this. I kind of figured the NFL were going to appeal, because, you know, as you know, they want to protect that shield. They want to make sure they always look good. You know what I'm saying? But you know, 6 games. I didn't think it was going to be a year. I thought it was going to be like 8 games. I thought it was going to be an 8-game suspension. But when it turned out to be 6, I was like, yeah, that seems like. Saying also that he settled out of what? Did he settle out of all of them or just I think like 20 of them, right?
23 of them.
23
of them, 24.
Except for the one that's crying on TV.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, he settled out of 23 of them. And again, none of them came out and was like, oh, he raped me or anything like that. So I was like, okay, 6 games and he had to pay all that money. Like I knew, I was like, okay, cool. Like I'll see Deshaun 6 games into the season in the Browns uniform. But the NFL, this is just the NFL being the NFL. They want to they very much want to make Deshaun an example of sorts. They already came out with I think the judge that gave him that 6-game suspension said something about he can't go see any outside massage therapists outside of the team facilities or something like that. And so
and get horny
I don't know,
huh?
man. Yeah, he's like you know what I'm saying? So I think I don't think it'll go through. I hope it doesn't go through. Although I know the NFL is powerful and they're like, they kind of, to a certain degree, they're kind of end all be all. But I don't know. I don't feel like a year would be right in a sense. That's just me behind and I'm just saying that because he not only did he's already basically sat out a year. And then on top of that, dealing with all this court stuff. And again, like I said, none of them came out and were like, he like, you know what I'm saying? Like raped me. Again, if you look at the NFL's past, they have a history of, especially one white quarterback in particular, as much as we brought him up, Ben Roethlisberger, who actually raped somebody and just basically got away with it. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't know. I think this is another way the NFL trying to show that they have the final say. They're the end all be all, but I hope this doesn't go to where he's suspended for a year.
Yeah, I mean, I feel you, and on this one, man, this is another one where I feel it's all about power. You know what I mean? Like at first of all, when Cleveland structured his contract, and then when they stipulated in there that it's, light pay in the beginning and heavy on the end, they knew he would get suspended. So Deshaun Watson got the contract in his favor. Just like, we'll backload it because we know you're getting suspended, so we'll put it so you don't lose too much money. Mm-hmm. So the damn well. First of all, the owners did not like the contract he got. Secondly, the NFL didn't like the way they structured his contract so that he won't lose much if he gets suspended. And then on top of that, with Sue L. Robinson, the lawyer, she based the decision off of the rules that the NFL already made. She went off of their guidelines. Like, per their guidelines is why he only got 6 games. She's like, I'm not going to set a new precedent and just give him a full season based off of, the laws of your league. It doesn't stipulate that he's suspended for a year, even though that's what they wanted. So they were trying to make an example out of him. And she was like, nah, we're going to go with what you guys have in place already. So, the NFL, like some crybabies, Goodell got to execute his that warlord, totalitarian dictatorship power that he got. Unfortunately, the players gave him this damn power, but now they're getting the repercussions of it. So he's like, nah, he needs to be suspended for a year. He needs to have a significant fine. He needs treatment for hornyism, you know what I'm saying? And he needs to show contrition before he come back. They want to suspend him indefinitely. So basically, let's just say he goes to therapy and the therapist is like, he ain't learned his lesson yet. It's more than a year. The NFL can be like, hey, you haven't learned your lesson yet. You need to go further, until you could say you're sorry. Because it's almost like they want him to admit, like, hey, I did this and I'm sorry for what I did. But his whole thing is like, hey, I didn't do this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? He's like, well, he's basically like, I did nothing wrong. Like I didn't rape nobody. That's what his whole thing is. Like, I ain't raped nobody. Now, I think, does it sound like he coerced some girls into doing some things that they might not necessarily want to do? Yes, it does. And I'm not making light of that. That's never okay. You know what I mean? The bottom line is he did it. And to me, I'm like, what do you want from the man? You want blood? I mean, you want him to hang himself? I mean, what do you want? He was suspended for a year. You know what I mean? He got paid that whole year. So basically to me, all right, take a year worth of salary from his ass now. So basically he had like a year with no pay, so to speak. You know, fine him significantly, do that, whatever. But 6 games is more than enough to me. You know, he's been out of the game for a year already. And none of these females is like he came and beat me and did all these things. I mean, I don't know. It's so tricky because, like I said, he definitely sounds like he coerced some women into doing some things they might not want them to do. That's never right. But it's just like, what do you want from that man? He's going to pay more money. He's paid 23 of the 24 girls. He's going to pay more. The Texans paid even more girls than that. So some of these girls got like double payday, all that. It's like they're not going to be surprised or not happy until that man, it's like there's a public lynching going on.
They want him to see him break down and crying and like, you know.
Yeah, like, they want the pound of flesh.
They kind of want him to beg. Yeah. That's what it's looking like.
It's like, that's not going to happen. You know what I mean? The bottom line is, you know, he's not Robert Kraft.
You saw who they appointed to appeals, or he saw who the NFL appointed for the appeal, right?
Saw another black lawyer.
Peter Harvey is the dude. It's the same dude that commissioned the Ezekiel Elliott case.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, regardless, man, they're gonna keep on trying. I don't think he'll be suspended for a year, but I do think they want to just publicly humiliate him more, you know, to make women feel happy, like they got that pound of flesh up out of him. So I mean, we'll see. You know, Raider Mike, what do you think, man?
Well, what I think is Godell is full of shit. Number one, because why did you appoint this lady in the first place to decide his fate, and then you don't like it once you gave him 6 games, which was what was a protocol for him? What was he supposed to get? Because you got people in your ear and on your back now. You know, this is ridiculous. If he'd been going to massages and getting massages all this time, and when he was in the Texans, and he ain't never, and now all of a sudden, you know, like I'm saying, this just came out. And, you know, I'm all for the empowerment and men treating women right. I mean, you can't do that kind of stuff. I mean, but obviously he didn't take nothing from nobody. He didn't threaten none of the girls. I just think that one girl is being coached up. The one is on TV. That's true. That's what they're trying to get him on, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that the Houston Texans been paying her a king's ransom, this is a queen's ransom. Somebody paying, you know what I'm saying? Because she never said he raped her. She never said that, but she said he did something she didn't want to do. Whatever, what he made, put your head, or whatever he did to her, whatever he did, it's not appropriate. But if she went along and did it, then why are you complaining? You got paid and you did it. So why are you complaining about it? You know what I'm saying? Y'all, they just trying to blow this out portion and make it seem like he's a damn serial horno. a serial, you know what I'm saying? So I just think Godell got put back against the wall. He has no backbone. He's a spineless jellyfish of a commissioner. He got a string in his back. You know what I'm saying? He needs to go. Godell, you need to go. Because if you reneging on what you the one who decided that late. You could have decided it yourself. So you was a coward. Godell, you're a coward. Because you should have did it yourself. Then you could have did, if you wanted to give them at 10 games or the whole season, but you know the NFL, the players union is going to appeal it and it's going to get overturned. Yeah. You know that. And you know that. Or they take you to real court and then say, this was you guys' first ruling, get the hell out of here. You know? So you know what I'm saying? So that's where it's going to go anyway. He's not going to get suspended for the whole year. He's doing this so he can make it look like that he's did everything he could to punish him to the full extent. That's what this is. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And like I said, I never liked Godell. Still don't like Godell. You know, he's I don't care. It's like whatever Gordon said about him. Yeah, man, you deserved it. You deserve the comment that you got. You're a coward. You know what? And I'll tell you it to your face if I saw you. So anyway,
yeah.
So you just need to leave it alone where it is, Godell. And the 6-game suspension, that's appropriate because you're making it seem like this guy is a rapist, a serial rapist. He's not. Yeah, he's a horny, whatever he is, but he need to get himself. He got a lot of work to do for himself. He got a lot of work to do because that's not right. I mean, you doing it that many times, boy, you got a problem.
Yeah.
Class.
Definitely some issues there.
Yeah, you could throw some classes in there for him, Godell, but send him for another year. He's already been out for a year. No, 6 games. If you want to spend him for another 2 games, maybe 8 games. But other than that, that's all you should be getting. You the one who decided. Did you want this lady to rule on his fate, and now you're not happy about it now. So now you want to, like, you wasn't satisfied. You should have did it yourself instead of being a coward.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy. What's crazy about it is
that's all I got to say about it, man. Because he right now, he don't know what the hell he want to do. You want to be the commissioner or you want to hide in the background. So if you want to be the damn commissioner, be the commissioner and stop being pussy and being a pussy about
it.
I like that.
You know what?
What was you about to say, Architect?
Oh, real quick, I got 2 things. One, look, was crazy. Deshaun Watson's team before the ruling, they're like, oh, whatever the judge says, we're gonna abide by, and we hope the NFL stands to it as well. So it's kind of like they already kind of like they knew it wasn't gonna be too severe. At least that from the outside looking in, that's kind of what his lawyer team already kind of knew. And secondly, this situation kind of reminds me of like the ugly dude that just know how to spit game. You know what I'm saying? Like he may not necessarily get the girl all the time, but he could talk her into some things, and then she's like, "Did I really just do that?" But like yes, but I don't know, man. Like I said, I think worst case scenario, I think Zeke ended up getting suspended 10 games that year, 10 to 12, something like that.
Though. 8 or 10, something.
Yeah, yeah. I think he's at 6 right now. I think they'll bump it up to like 8.
Yeah,
maybe. But then, I don't think the whole year is going to happen. Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Because they're going to take them to court if they do. And they ain't going to
sue them. Exactly. Yeah.
So they don't want that.
It's like you said, Goodell is like that damn kid who freaking, it's like, oh, don't want to play with the toy until somebody else come play with it type of thing. You know what I mean? Attitude
it's like, oh, that's mine.
You deserve to be punished. You know what I mean? And the parent is like, all right, one day, without going outside, another one start hating. What, one day only? What? He should be out for a week, It's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
It's like, whatever, man. In the end, they notice about even Goodell. He knows like the league is going to be better with Deshaun Watson on the field, so he wants to look the part. I think he know he ain't get suspended for no damn year. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He got to look hard so these sponsors, these women's group don't come at him where he can't be like, hey, I tried, I wanted them suspended for a year, but hey, they said 6 games and
what's it called?
My hands are tied.
That's all it is. That's all that.
The Browns is already planning on playing them in the preseason. Shit.
Yeah. And then what I hear, boy, they camp. He looking pretty goddamn good.
Yeah, he looked pretty damn good. You know what I'm saying? So, they're gonna see that. They're gonna see that number 4 jersey out there this season. He is man. For sure.
Yes. Well, that's another one we talked to death. I'm sure we'll be talking about him more later. But we're gonna keep it pushing. We're gonna go to something kind of interesting here in baseball, believe it or not. San Diego Padres, boy, they look like they're trying to go to the World Series up in here, man. Know what I'm saying? that trade for Soto and Josh Bell, people not really throwing him in the mix too, but getting Josh Bell and Soto, but they gave up a lot to get them.
They gave up a lot, yeah.
Know what I mean? They gave up, let's see, the prospects. They gave up the number 1 prospect, CJ Abrams, shortstop, gave up a left-handed pitcher, Kenzie Gore, the number 4 prospect, Robert Hassel. He's what is he? He's an outfielder.
He's
number 21 prospect. James Wood, number 3 prospect. You know what I'm saying? Then who else? Jarlin Susana.
CJ Abrams.
Yeah, I said him. They got Jarlin
Luke Voigt.
Susanna, number 10 prospect, number 1 international prospect though. So they gave up a lot, but shit, you look at that lineup now, man. They got Profar up in there, Soto, Machado, Bell, Myers, Cronenworth, Tatis when he come back. You know what I'm saying? So,
Padres is looking dangerous, boy.
But it's gonna boil down to the pitchers.
Yeah, but they got Yu Darvish, they got Blake Snell, they got Joe Musgrove, they got Clevenger, and they got Shamanaya from the A's, of course. And the other trade they did before that, they got the number 1 closer in baseball in Hader. So shit.
Yeah, look, Padres is setting up.
Are they in first place?
But I must say, they got the ass kicked by the Dodgers every time right after the trade.
They did. They got whooped.
The Dodgers was like, oh, you think you're getting better, huh? Let me show you something. You know what
but the Dodgers, I mean, the Dodgers already got, the Dodgers got a super squad, man.
They're like 30 or 40 games over 500, man.
Yeah, they 75 and 33, man. Like shit.
They ain't worried about that.
Dodgers is like, hey, it's still it's still us.
Because you know, baseball, we're in August now. Over the course of the next 3-4 weeks, we're gonna really see because you know the Padres still got a gel too. They're decent, but I don't know. I don't know if they could take Dodgers over though. You know what I'm saying? Dodgers are pretty tough.
I forgot the Dodgers got Klay Thompson's brother, Tracy. Or Trace.
Trey.
Yeah.
And then you got Atlanta's heating up. The Mets are good, so I don't know.
What's it called? Didn't DeGrom just break the strikeout record?
Yeah, he just came back too.
Yeah.
He just came back off the IL.
Man, had 12 Ks in five innings. Shit.
Yeah, man. Saw him playing. He was dealing pretty nice too.
Yeah.
Mets might, where that ain't going. It's gonna be the Dodgers and Yankees.
Yankees ain't going to World Series, man.
Yankees ain't no way. Yankees going.
I'm just trying to tell you, it's either gonna be the Yankees or unless they run into the Astros.
You wanna put 20 on it? You wanna put 20 on that right now?
I'm gonna take the 20 this time. I'm taking the Yankees. I got the Yankees. But then unless they run into the Astros.
Ain't no.
They run into the Astros.
Straight up.
Nah.
We need that straight up.
Or you not?
I'm gonna take the Yankees. I'll take the Yankees though, because they got. I'm gonna take the Yankees. I'm sorry. I got. We gotta like somebody besides sorry A's.
Yeah.
That's why I'm rolling with the Dodgers.
That's true indeed. And speaking of, we roll right on into some football camp news. We roll into the little NFL football camps and see what's going on there. Raider Mike, what you been seeing going on in these here camps?
Well, I just seen that the Raiders, like I said, we looking. I can't really take too much out of game one, but I must say that the running backs look nice. Josh Jacobs came in there and did his little cameo and got off because let them know that, hey, I'm the top dog here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all not gonna trade me, and y'all gonna pay me at the end of this season or by mid-season. Y'all gonna be paying me. He got a couple of carries. The dude from Georgia, what is it?
Zamir White.
He looked good. I mean, him, the running back for UCLA looked nice. A couple of nice cuts. And then I think that the defense of those defensive
Who's the running back from UCLA?
What is that?
Shit, I don't even know his name.
I know his name. It's on the tip of my tongue. I was just saying that fool's name now. I can't remember, but he looked nice. Amir Abdullah got him a touchdown. He looked pretty good, but and Drake played a little bit. They wasn't really trying to play them. They already know what we got out them. But then I'm liking that secondary. They were going for the ball. They might not have got an interception, but they were knocking balls down. So I think we're gonna have.
Was it Britton Brown?
Yeah.
That's him. Yeah, it's Brown. That's it. Yeah, but they're gonna, as long as we're gonna only be as good as our depth that we have behind those starters. And from the way it looks, we're gonna be all right, because all we need is a depth to be as the second stringers to be good. Third stringers need to come in there and be able to hold on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's all we need them to do is come in there and hold on. I just want to know if you could hold on. That's it. But other than that, I mean, Stidham was okay. I mean, he didn't look bad. I didn't know he could run like that. So that's an element that he brings. you know, I don't know. I just don't. Derek Carr still can't get hurt because I'm not convinced, and I'm not confident in any of the
You're bringing in Chase Garbers, baby.
come in here and win. None of them, and him either. So none of them.
They got Garbers from Cal.
Yeah, they do.
Cal. Well, I ain't saying the Cal quarterback ain't good. Cal only had one good quarterback in the NFL, and that's Aaron Rodgers. All the rest of them were trash.
What you mean? Jared Goff got the Rams to the Super Bowl.
Steve Bartkowski, that's old. We talking about old. I ain't talking about the old ones. Steve Bartkowski, we know about Jared Goff, but look where Jared Goff is at now. He's so good. Where is he at?
Hey, don't be surprised.
He in Atlanta.
Talk about that.
He in Atlanta, the loss in Detroit. Remember that?
He took the Rams to the Super Bowl, man.
Yeah, but he didn't win. But he looked bad in the Super Bowl because he couldn't score any points. That's why I'm not convinced. I'm not sold on him because they should have won that Super Bowl. Their defense played good enough for them to win that Super Bowl. He did not.
He overthrew Brandon Cooks that one time.
Yeah, but he threw a pick. Yeah. But then he threw it. Yeah,
that's it. He threw that pick.
Yeah, he threw that pick. That's what I'm saying. See, I'm just like, as far as the campus with my squad, you know, I think we're good on paper. We got to be good on the field.
Okay. You know, I was looking more league wide rather than just a preseason game. I saw like Chase Young. He's still still out. You know what I mean? But he's on schedule to return though, so he's on his way back. Then you got the Bucks losing their center for the season.
Oh yeah, that was bad.
That's definitely going to affect them. You know,
Jensen.
Yeah.
Yep, Ryan Jensen. So that's going to affect them. Then you had the Niners, Eric Armstead, he sprained his MCL. But I think he should be able to come back. Sprained his MCL. Then Derek Stingley, he still hasn't participated, but he's on schedule to be starting at the beginning of the season for the Texans. So I think that'll be cool. And then one running back, man, that I think is poised to have a breakout season is DeAndre Swift. Detroit. Speaking of
if he can stay healthy,
that boy, he can play, man. He can catch the ball in the backfield, and he's a home run hitter.
Got to be able to stay healthy, though.
Hey, that's with every player in the league.
Right. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't been able to prove that he can stay on the field, though.
Hey, man, that's all it takes. You know, there's a lot of players who have injury problems, but
remind me of Anthony Davis.
Hey, man, all it takes is one. You know what I'm saying? Get that one healthy year under your belt, then you become perennial, you know?
You gotta see.
But I think he's poised for a big year, man.
I hope so. I like DeAndre Swift. Well, I like when he's at Georgia.
I like Swift.
I like when he's at Georgia. So, yeah.
But,
it's crazy because when I was going across my the list for training camps and stuff, I also ran across the list. They had the DraftKings have the best 12 running backs in the league. Thought it was interesting list. Thought it was interesting who they had number 2. I was like, what the fuck? But number 1, they got Jonathan Taylor. No argument there, I'm sure. Number 2, they got Austin Eckler. You know what I'm saying?
He over Derrick Henry.
No, but I think
number 3, they got Christian McCaffrey, and they got Derrick Henry number 4.
That's crazy. That's crazy because Christian McCaffrey ain't played a healthy season since
in 2 years.
Ever since being in the league, right? Yeah. He ain't played a full season since being in the league.
I think his rookie year.
His rookie year. His rookie year. He played a full season. He played no.
But they finish out. Just finish out the list like this. They're Najee number 5.
Okay.
And they got Dalvin Cook 6, Joe Mixon 7, Aaron Jones 8, DeAndre Swift 9, Leonard Fournette 10th. Alvin Kamara 11th, and Saquon Barkley 12th.
Saquon Barkley ain't been healthy since his rookie year. Shit.
Damn, Zeke done sell off the pickle truck, huh?
No, I think the whole Austin Eckler thing, I think they gave that to him because what he brings out of as a passing down receiving back.
Still, that's pretty damn high. Number 2.
I know it's pretty high, but you gotta look at it. I know, but last year he was very he is very much a part of their offense, and he was pretty good last year. I give him that. If they're going off base last year's stats, and I think the whole Christian McCaffrey thing is because they're still banking off of the fact that he went 1,000 and 1,000. Granted, I think 1 and 2. I think it would be Jonathan Taylor and Derrick Henry off the rip, just because, especially the Titans don't really have a receiving game right now. We know their one for sure thing is Derrick Henry, even though he's coming off of an injury. I think, with the rest of that list is fair enough. I think he's gonna jump up there because, again, I can't name any receivers outside of Chase Claypool on that team. And you saw
Deontay Johnson. Shoot, Deontay Johnson.
No, didn't he leave
on that team? No, that's the best receiver on Pittsburgh, Deontay Johnson.
Oh, see, I thought he left. Claypool's nice, but I think, again, especially because they don't necessarily. I think right now, because I don't think they're gonna use Pittman that much. I think they're going to be a little bit more run heavy or throughout the backfield. And Najee did a lot of that for them last year.
But they handled them offensive line last year either. Though.
They still don't have one. You know what I'm saying? So
Deontay Johnson.
It's gonna be a lot of Najee out there. But I think all in all, in training camps, for the most part, from what I've seen, you were talking about Detroit. I think they're going to do a lot better than they did last year. You know what I'm saying? As far as having that second year under Dan Campbell, it seems like the team really bought into who he is and how he coaches.
Who's in that division? Is Green Bay?
Yeah,
Detroit,
that's why they'll never Chicago, Green Bay, Detroit. They'll never swim in that.
Who's the last team in there?
Chicago.
No,
they'll never swim in that division. Green
Bay, Detroit,
Minnesota.
That's right.
But my thing is this. I think quite honestly, this ain't nothing crazy, but I think Detroit gonna be in the fighting for third place with Chicago.
They're gonna be 5-12.
Shit, I think they
could squeeze out
second place. Second place is up for debate in that division. I don't think
say 5-12, but you know what?
No, the only reason why I give Minnesota,
Cousins is
give Minnesota the edge though. Because
Minnesota's still better.
Because they still have Dalvin Cook and Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen. You know what I'm saying? They have those offensive weapons whereas in Chicago and Detroit.
About the defense.
I don't really know about their defense, to be honest. Their defense was
fell off. It used to be good. It fell off though.
You know what I'm saying?
It
used to be good, but I tell you what.
Chicago, they don't really pose a threat offensively. I think there's gonna be another.
Chicago gonna be garbage.
Yeah, no defense either.
They're growing year for Justin Fields, and I think
they threw that man to the wolves, bruh. He ain't got a chance.
Absolutely.
But my
thing is this: you look at Detroit. I mean, they got that boy Amon-Ra St. Brown. That boy, nice. You know what I'm saying? He's a hell of a slot receiver. I think they still got Galladay.
Galladay ain't there. He in New York, or he was.
He in New York? Oh, okay.
They got
shit. Yeah.
They don't have.
They got Amon-Ra, DeAndre Swift, and they got that other running back from Green Bay, Jamal Williams. They have good young pieces in their defense. I think it's going to take a step up this year. Like I said, I think they're going to fight for third place. But
the head coach looks like he get beat up 3/4 of the other coaches in the league.
But
he can't coach them though.
Him and Robert Saleh have a nice little one-on-one.
Hey, Bob Saleh. Oh no, Bob Saleh might get him.
No, you know what I'm saying?
Saleh take him though.
No, hey, hold on. No, Dan Campbell's talking about biting people in the ankles. He might taking people at the kneecap.
But one person you guys forgot to talk about was Trey Area.
Trey Lance? You did not just call him Trey Area. You did not. I'm not going to accept that.
No, I'm going to tell you right
now. Take your Raider gear and throw it away.
I'm not a 49er fan, but I like you see what they threw? They threw Garoppolo under the bus immediately. Did you hear Dan's comments? He said, well, we're going with Trey.
But if you look at it, they did the same thing with
he said
the same thing with Pat Mahomes.
I know, but he
Alex
said
Smith.
I know, but he said Jimmy knows, and Jimmy knows damn well. He's gonna have that clipboard.
Hey, well,
because the guy is exposed.
But we all knew that was gonna happen.
But you know what?
We're gonna see what happens, man.
Yeah, but he can make all the throws. Is why he's there.
But
who cares?
I'll give him that. But
And
that don't mean shit.
And he can
play fucking G5 football shit. You know what I'm saying? They come in the run league, man.
My thing is
even
man.
Even in that league or that division or conference, whatever, he only played freaking 1 year, man. Like, whatever.
But
Y'all
it
can
ain't where
believe
you're
in
from.
Trey area if you want
I'm
to.
gonna say this
It
too.
ain't
We'll
where
see
you're
how he
from.
do on the
Like they
we'll see
said,
how he does on the NFL stage,
he
man.
will. He'll be all right, I think.
I think
Because it ain't like-
it's what's it called? It's ironic I'm wearing this Miami jersey too, because I think Miami gonna do pretty well.
they should do good. But I say
think
it
so.
ain't where
Just looking at him in camp.
It's where you're at. Just matter of rocking them
looking
stones.
at him in camp, man.
Miami gonna be
Tua,
all right.
Tua looks a little bit more confident. You know what I'm saying? Tua looks more confident. People always gonna say, "Oh, he doesn't have a strong arm," but people forget when he was in Bama, he was launching that thing. And now that he has Tyreek, you know, he has
Miami
him and
gonna
Jalen
be
Waddle on the
second.
outside.
They're coming in second place for sure. In the East,
Behind Buffalo.
they're gonna
Behind-
battle Buffalo. I think Buffalo's better and they'll beat them. But
Yeah.
Miami's gonna be better than New England.
I think the Jets are going to take a big step. I think the Jets are going to take a big step too.
That. But the Jets ain't gonna be better than New England. The Jets gonna be right.
No, I'm not saying all that,
still
but
be
I think
in the
Jets,
basement.
I think they'll take a step up. I think they'll take a step up. Zach Wilson in the second year. You know what I'm saying?
Jets will be in the basement with the black box.
Jacksonville. I think Jacksonville is going to take another step up. Now that they have a real head coach.
They 5-12.
What's another one?
Jacksonville.
That's gonna be tough.
Jacksonville
5-12. Yeah.
What's another team I think that's going to be I think fuck. I don't know about the Colts, man. I don't know. I don't really believe in Matt Ryan. No, my only thing is I don't believe in Matt Ryan. You know what I'm saying?
He's steady.
I really don't.
He's steady,
I don't believe in Matt Ryan.
He's steady,
I just
man.
don't. You know what I'm saying?
He just wasn't steady in that Super Bowl.
Granted, we'll see. I'll see.
Man, he's steady for a while. Shit, they was up by 28. He was steady. Shit. You know what I'm saying?
Was ready. What's going on?
That was a staff problem.
No, all I'm saying is if Matt Ryan was really that steady, he would have called audibles to run the damn ball, run the clock out.
Yep, he should have. He should have did. Steady. Are you ready?
No, I think there's going to be a lot of teams.
Blame that one on old Shanahan, G. Don't try to put it on Ryan. That was old Shanny.
I think there's going to be a lot of teams that surprise this year, man. I think so.
Speaking of that, man, let's push it along. We're going to go to our NFC East predictions, man. You know, and I guess I can start this one off since it's the division.
Yeah, it's your division.
Your division, man. I'm going from the bottom to the top to the bottom. Start at the bottom of the division. This would be no surprise. The New York Football Giants, Daniel Jones at the quarterback, although I think he will be better. I think he's one of those dudes. He has a lot of potential, but I don't know if he has the heart or the brain to kind of take the next steps to elevate. If he does, I think you got a chance of being pretty good. And Saquon, if they try to ride him like a workhorse, man, he gonna fuck around and get injured again. So hopefully they have a balance there, and they can help that young man out.
Yeah.
So he's not getting bruised, battered, and scarred, but hard. Then number 3, we're going with the Commanders.
You say what?
I think the addition. Mike, who are you talking to? Boy, you talking to a ghost over there, boy?
No, go ahead. Yeah, I'm
about to go do your thing, man. You interrupting the tape, brother. Anyway, we're gonna go next with the Commanders. They got Carson Wentz, you know, and I've never been a Wentz believer. That one year that he had where he was on MVP pace with the Eagles, I think that was his shining moment, man. Ever since then, when he came back, he's never been the same. And I think now it's more of a glimpse of it's just who he is. Who he is now, that's who he is. It takes too long to read defenses and get rid of the ball. So if you could confuse him up front and make him hold on to the ball, you know, he won't be able to get it out there to McLaurin. You know what I mean? But they do have Gibson. I like him. Anytime you can just hand him the ball and let him do his thing, he'd be all right. So they'll be in some games, and that defense is formidable. But it's not going to be enough. So I got them 3rd. And then 2nd, I got them Eagles. I know they made a lot of changes, and they made a lot of good new additions, but I'm not a believer in Jalen Hurts, man. I don't give a damn what nobody says. You know, that man couldn't hold on to his job in Alabama. That man went to Oklahoma and he did all right because the offense is geared towards quarterbacks, but he couldn't put them over the hump with his play either. And I think he's a solid guy. I think he's a solid young man. I like his demeanor, but he's how do I put this? In the football, you have to be like, as a quarterback, the perfect quarterback is Aaron Rodgers because he makes it look so easy. He never looks like he's rushing. He looks like he's moving in slow motion. He can go back slow, but his reads, he's on top of his reads. So while he's going back slow, his decision is made. Once he lands that third step on his drop or his fifth step on a drop, he knows where he's going with the ball. Whereas Jalen Hurts, he has that so slow demeanor, but when he hits that third to fifth step, he's still trying to read. So it makes it look slower. You know what I'm saying? So he doesn't have that, his brain doesn't think fast enough. I think he's smart. I think he's intelligent. I think if he develops that, damn, he'll be hella dangerous. But he doesn't have that right now. That's why he runs a lot too when he gets in situations. So that's why I think I'll be taking Dak and my boys to win the division. Because although Dak, I get frustrated with him, when he's on his game and he hits that third, fifth step, he lets it go. But the thing is, who the fuck are you gonna be throwing it to? You know what I'm saying? Right now, with no,
You was just talking
Washington.
about you were just talking about you had a good ass receiving core. Come on, man.
Who?
You said we got some nice receivers on the team.
Nah, injuries. We don't have Washington. He's not there. You know what I'm saying?
He'll be there though. Y'all got Gallup. Yeah.
Gallup's not going to be there for an extended period of time. Washington, you know what I mean? So it's going to be CD or bust for a minute. You know, we got Tolbert, who we drafted. Dude, he's looking good. Basher, Noah Brown. You know, I mean, we got some pieces, but the thing I'm hoping that the system can make the players. Because what I noticed is last year, or let's just say the year before last, who was talking about Cedric Wilson, man? Well, nobody talk about that dude, but you throw him in our system, you know what I mean? We have a system that seems to work. It's very wide receiver friendly. You know what I mean? Like even Gallup, you know what I'm saying? Like shit, he just came along in that system, you know, so he looked good. So I'm hoping that the system offensively and defensively, we seem to have like a nice little system with Quinn there too, that we can make some things happen. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see. It remains to be seen. We'll see what's going on, man. NFC East predictions, Raider Mike.
Well, I already told you already about that, but we already know the Giants going to be get caught up under the sneaker. They're going to be under the sneaker. They're going to be, you know, they like, oh, dude, they get caught under your sneakers. They're going to be in the last in that division. I hate to say it. I mean, they'll be improved. Daniel Jones will be improved, but I just think that Giants, I don't know, they'll be six. I think they won 6 or 7 games. Maybe go 7 and 10. I think they'll go 7 and 10. Then coming on after them, who else is it? The Redskins is in y'all division too, right?
Commanders.
No, the Commanders.
Well, we're gonna say the Commanders, whatever the hell they called. I still call them Washington Finks. That's what the name should be. Anyway, but they'll be in. I'll say. I'm gonna say they'll win about. Yeah, I'll say Washington will be in the second to last place. They'll win 8 games. They'll be 8-9. And then we got a Philly. And I like Jalen Hurts, and I really do. I think he's going to surprise a lot of people, and he's going to answer those critics. But I still don't think they're going to be good enough to beat Dallas because one, I know they got Miles Sanders over there, but he's not a proven back. And if Philly if they're not able to run that ball and get that play action going, so this quarterback can you know, look a little better. I mean, and be able to just wing. You can't wing it, Gregory. He can't take them to go back and take them steps and not be able to fire that ball in 3 steps. He's got to get that. If he can't get that, they can't beat Dallas. I'm just sorry because if the running back that they don't run, that division is Dallas's, like I said, to lose. Dallas will be 12-5 and win that division. Eagles will be I'll say the Eagles will win 11 games though, but they're 11-6. I'll say they'll be 11-6. But I say that Dallas is still the cream of the crop of that division, and they got until somebody knock them off first, knock them off that base. Then that's where they're gonna be. Because I just feel like Dallas has a stronger, they can run the ball. They got the two-headed monsters back there. They got the quarterback. Yes. They got pieces. The defense, the secondary turn you over like, you know what I'm saying? You get turned over like a turntable. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that Dallas is overall just a better team. So that's who Dallas wins at the East.
Okay. Architect, you gonna make it unanimous?
I'm definitely not. I'm just letting you know right now.
I know you
number
got
one. Yeah, number one, I got the Eagles. Not only because I believe in Jalen Hurts, but also the reason why I believe in Jalen Hurts is because he has a true number one in AJ Brown. Now you look at it. I'm strictly looking at the division. As far as DBs go, Cowboys, they have the best DB in y'all division in Trayvon Diggs. Trayvon. Now you're gonna put Trayvon Diggs on AJ Brown, but that leaves Devontae Smith guarded by who? Who was getting cooked last year like a mug
Brown.
on the Cowboys?
Brown.
That boy Anthony Brown. And Devontae Smith can do what really well? Run them routes. I think Devontae Smith is gonna cook that boy up twice a year. But also, I do believe when you look at it offensively, outside of the offensive line, I think the Eagles have a little bit more depth because, like I said, they have AJ Brown, they have Devontae Smith coming in, starting the season, and then they still people forget about Dallas Goedert, who's a really good tight end, a young tight end, Miles Sanders. You know what I'm saying? Now that he doesn't have to be the bulk of the offense, I think that'll do wonders for him as far as health. And again, I think Jalen Hurts is going to take that leap this year. And also defensively, the Eagles aren't bad. You know what I'm saying? They still got big play Darius Slay and a couple other guys on there. I think Dallas is going to be right behind them with one less game. Again, the only reason being is because I don't trust in Mike McCarthy. You know what I'm saying? He's a mediocre coach. We're
gonna be like Green Bay. We're gonna win in spite of him.
I doubt that. I doubt it. I really do.
Because of Kellen Moore and Dan Quinn.
You said Kellen Moore. All right. All right. Nah, but I think Dallas is gonna be right behind them. I say Eagles. I say Philly wins 11. Y'all win 10. And then after that, it's really hard for me to put Washington over New York, purely because of Carson Wentz. You know what I'm saying? Granted, he wasn't terrible on the Colts, but Carson Wentz's track record isn't great. And, there's already things coming out at camp that he's extremely inaccurate and Ron Rivera had to come out.
Ain't nothing new.
Yeah, exactly. And Ron Rivera was already coming out like, oh, I'm not worried. But I know in that building, they're like, fuck, what do we do? You know what I'm saying? They can't start Heineke all 17 games as much as they would love to. But yeah, I think the Commanders will come in third, just because I think their defense will carry them through a lot of games. Occasionally the offense might pop off if Carson Wentz wants to, put some glasses on or something and throw the ball right. And then fourth place, man, I think it's the Giants, man. I don't believe in Daniel Jones. I do like some of the pieces they have. Saquon, he can't stay healthy because he's pretty much all they have. The defense was okay, but I think they're going to take a step back. I think the Giants are going to be riding that pine for a minute. You know what I'm saying? But
Thibodeau.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a dogfight for first place between y'all and the Eagles, and I think the Eagles edge that one out, man.
Breaking my heart, man. You're breaking my heart.
It's all out of love, and I'm just keeping it real.
All right, we're gonna be talking to you.
Okay, we'll revisit that one. So we're gonna close this the NFL's part of the section out on the 5 best left tackles all time in the league. Who we think they are. Who wants to start that one off?
I'll start that off.
Yeah, I had a feeling you would.
Yeah, you know why? Because I did bring it up. So, but I've been thinking about it. No, really, I've really been thinking about it. Is the reason why, because I'm saying we haven't done that one because we always go to the skill positions. We need to get to the ones that protect the quarterback's back. You know what I'm saying? The one who got your back.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Before you gonna get laid on your back. So
Yes.
my number 5, and I really wanted to put, I really had to honorary number 5, and I wanted to put him up there as ex-Cowboy as Eric Williams. See, I thought he was a good tackle. I think he was.
I like that.
I think Eric Williams was more physical than, but then when I had to really think about it, who it is, like Joe Thomas for the Cleveland Browns.
Mm-hmm.
I had to put him 5th. I wanted to put Eric Williams there. Eric Williams will probably be the most physical left tackle you ever see. The way he manhandled Reggie White was insane, though. I mean, he was choking that fool out. I love Reggie White, though. You know, God rest his soul. I love Reggie White, but Eric Williams was kind of, he was handling.
Over there in boss mode.
Yeah,
he was the anchor. He was the anchor of those lines.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was handling. So, but then when I had to go number 4, I had to go to a Saint great. You know, I had to go to Willie Roth.
Oh, Willie, huh?
Yeah, I had to go with him. He was good. He was great. I mean, he could run block. He could get out there and pull, big as he was, and pass protect. He had good footwork for a big. I mean, that's a big dude, though. Willie Roth was good. So I recognize him. But my number 3, and I don't, regardless if you agree or not, but I tell you my number 3, if his career wasn't cut short, the USC great Tony Berselli. I just think that if he would have played a full 15, or he only played 7 or whatever it was, but I think if he would have played, got 15 years, he would probably be higher on this list, maybe. But I'm just saying he was good.
Yeah, Berselli was no joke.
Right. He was great. But then my number 2, and I'm gonna give it to him.
Every time you go forward, you go out. You can't hear you.
Oh, well, okay. Well, did you hear? Well, you got my number 3 though, Tony Berselli.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. The number 2 is that dude's huge. And if you know who that is, I ain't never seen nobody get around him and get sacked. It's Jonathan Ogden, the Baltimore Ravens. I got to go with Jonathan Ogden. He could easily be number 1.
He is 6'8", wasn't he?
He was 6'9", 6'9", 340 pounds of a long ass arms that you trying to get around him, Greg. It take you 3 days to get around his arms. You know what I'm saying? He was very skilled. He was athletic. He was tough. He was powerful. I mean, I haven't seen nobody like him besides the number 1. And my number 1, I gotta go old school on the number 1. I mean, it's just still, and it's always gonna be, I believe, he's another USC alumni, and that's the great Anthony Munoz. Played for the Cincinnati, played for the Bingo Bangos. And I think he was the most strongest offensive lineman. I mean, we get after Larry Allen. I was
about to say, so we're gonna start including the guards.
We're gonna give it. We ain't talking about guards. Well, we know Larry Allen was just the strongest probably in the history of the damn NFL. Yeah.
So bench pressing 800 is shit. Yeah, some crazy shit.
800 and cornbread in his pocket, huh? No, and a slice of cheesecake in his hand. No, that fool was strong, but no. But I think Anthony Munoz is still. And I don't think we have too many people getting arguments about that. He's still the greatest left tackle of all time. That's my 5.
Okay. I like that. I like that list, man. Architect, you want to go or you want me to go next?
I'll go. My number 1 is Jonathan Ogden. Just because I kind of, again, that's one of the players I call kind of the tail end. So it kind of really made me interested. But I mean, you talk about somebody who played 12 years and he made 11 Pro Bowls and all pro 9 times. And it's kind of hard for me to go against that. Someone who, as bad as the Ravens offense was, he was very much one surefire thing on the Ravens. And then my number 2, Joe Thomas. Talking about years of bad Cleveland football. He was the staple of like we have something, you know. Like even Cleveland fans will say like Joe Thomas is like, you know, he's next to like they put him up there with like Jim Brown and shit as far as like the best Cleveland Brown ever, you know what I'm saying? But also just and if you look at it even in the league, plenty of your star defensive ends have talked about how good Joe Thomas was when he played. Number 3, I go with Raider Mike's number 1, Anthony Munoz. Somebody that I kind of watched. Yeah, someone that I kind of watched just highlights on and stuff. Just because, you know, I've heard his name sprinkled throughout the time of me being a football fan. And, you know, especially Cincinnati, not knowing much about Cincinnati's like his history, but, you know, reading up on him, seeing how dominant he was when he played. For me, my number 4, I got Walter Jones.
Okay, not bad. Seahawk.
The Seattle Seahawk. Pro Bowl 7 times. Not a lot. You know, he played. Did he play with Sean Alexander? If I'm not mistaken, was he there with Sean Alexander?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know, he kind of helped him out a lot. And then my number 5, man, I really. I don't know, man, because after that it was kind of just like I don't really know a lot of left tackles, so I threw in yo boy Tyron Smith. Shit, you know what I'm saying? The Dallas Cowboy, who was a staple on that line for the longest of times. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Big
I'm glad
77.
you threw him
I mean,
in there.
shit. Yeah, he big as hell, man. I mean, again, I don't watch a lot of as far as like offensive line or in the trenches type of play. I don't really watch a lot of football for that reason, but you know, certain names that pop out, and especially over the last I want to say 10 years that I've been watching football seriously, he's been there, you know what I'm saying? Tyron Smith, man, he got that star on his head because he is a star.
Okay.
Funny, all the USC it's funny all the USC tackles are up there, huh?
Yep. Shoot, well, I'm getting to my list. I'm gonna start off with the honorary myself. I'm gonna go with one. I'm sure neither one of y'all even can't close putting on y'all list, and I'm gonna go with old Rayfield Wright, left tackle for the Cowboys, who's blocking for Tony Dorsett all those years. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I heard him, but I
throw Rayfield in there. You know, he's a Hall of Famer. He's recognized. He's a good lineman. You know, I don't think he's top 5 all time or nothing like that, but honorary on my list because he's a Cowboy and he was the left tackle during the years when I was becoming a Cowboy fan, you know, coming into my own. But my number 5 was one I'm surprised neither one of y'all had on the list too, though. Orlando Pace.
I thought about him, but
I thought about it.
Orlando, 7-time Pro Bowler, 3-time All-Pro, 1-time Super Bowl champ, played in 154 consecutive games. So, you know, he's always there. Like, he's one of those guys. And then my number 4 was one I'm surprised neither one of y'all put in y'all list too. Oh, Art Shell. 8-time.
I thought he was a right
tackle. I thought about Art Shell. I was going to.
I thought he was a right tackle.
No, he's a left tackle.
Left tackle Arthur.
Oh, shit. That's why I didn't put him on my list. He's
2-time All-Pro, 2-time Super Bowl champ, Hall of Famer. You know, a nasty dude. When you see them highlights from the Raiders in the 70s, there's Arthur over there putting in some work. You know what I'm saying? So go with him. And another one I'm surprised y'all didn't have on y'all list, man. This man played for 20 years for one team. Oh, Jackie Slater.
Yeah, I remember Jackie Slater. I don't know why. I don't know he was good, though. I just didn't put him. I don't know.
Jackie was mean, man. He used to put it in. He was so good that his son has been allowed to be a freaking special teams player for his whole career and a Pro Bowler. He's a perennial special teams Pro Bowler. You know,
that's the one that played for the Pats.
Yes,
that's Jackie Slater's son.
Yeah.
Yes.
What?
I mean,
that's crazy.
Any other? I mean, that's out of respect for his dad, because there's a lot of guys who will put in some hard work just to be able to play special teams every year. You know, but it is, you know, he puts his all into. I mean, not shortchanging. He puts his all into what he does, but he's there because of his dad. Let's not get that shit twisted.
Matthew, yeah, I did not know that was his son. I was always wondering why the hell he on special team.
He's still on the Patriots.
Yeah, he's still on the Pats.
He what?
He's still on the
He's
Pats.
still on the Pats.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's still there. Yeah, he
Been there
gonna make
since
the Pro Bowl
2008.
again this year for special teams again, probably.
That's crazy.
You
I always wondered why he was on. Man.
Yes. Then I'm gonna roll into my number 2. Yeah, Mr. Munoz. You know what I'm saying? You can't argue with 11-time Pro Bowl, 9-time first team All Pro. Started 184 out of 185 games, Hall of Famer, and he was putting in work. You know what I'm saying? I would say, is he the first American that was put into the Hall of Fame? Maybe. I think he was.
Because it wasn't Flores, was it? No.
Yeah, man, I didn't know he was Mexican.
Flores.
He was Mexican.
But his last name is Munoz, man.
I don't know. I knew he was one, but anyway. Okay, well, we'll get into another subject, but I know he was number 1.
Let me he might be Native American. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it's Munoz's Mexican name. Man. But then we got my number 1, that big dude you was talking about, Jonathan Ogden, man. You know what I'm saying? Like his size, and like you said, nobody could get around that dude. And I believe he has a 2,000-yard rusher, right?
Yeah,
Jamal Lewis.
Yeah.
Blocked for a 2,000-yard rusher. So that man put his work in. And this week with the 3 minutes of funk, we can do that option, man. You guys want to do it or you don't? I don't know. I don't have nothing, but I can always make something up on the fly because it's
yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe y'all want to do it or not. If y'all want to, we could do it. Because
let's do it. Let's do it.
We'll do it then. We're gonna test the freestyle out.
Okay, I'll start it off. I'll go back to my boys, man. The Cowboys. This year, I do believe everybody's counting us out because they think the Eagles have made this, put the things in place for them to actually overtake us in the NFC East. And on paper, it looks like it, but people are kind of just throwing out the fact that the Cowboys have won it for so many years in a row. They're with the same core. They have the same dudes, man. For the most part, you got Dak, you got Zeke, your CD stepping into the number 1 role, but our defense is pretty good, man. Our front 7 is cool, our back end is good, and I believe the defense will keep us in games, and we turn the ball over, so we have a very aggressive defense, ball hungry, and I think Dan Quinn being there, him not leaving and going to be a head coach somewhere counts for something. And then Kellen Moore, man, I think his offensive scheme, like I said, it makes receivers who are okay look better than they actually are. So with a superstar like CD, I think he's really going to shine, but we're going to need Dak to be, you got to be on that trigger, man. You got to be the main nigga on the trigger. You're going to have to do his thing this year, man.
He can't be Kurt.
Put up or shut up. Time for him. I mean, is he that dude that, like in the beginning of the season, be lighting teams up, you know what I'm saying, and putting up 31 a game? Or is he that dude that goes up against the tough teams and can't score? Like shit, in the playoffs versus the Niners. It looked like we had no life until damn near the game was over. And then it look like good window dressing in the end. Like we had a chance in the game, but really, reality, me being a fan and looking on, like, that shit was over. You know what I'm saying? It made it look close at the end. The fact that his ass didn't slide down a second sooner to give him another chance at the end zone did shit. So we'll see. We're going to see what he's made of. I think Zeke, people are counting him out. I think he's going to have a bounce back year. Our line, our team is another one. We grow good linemen. So I'm hoping that stays the form, that, and I hope we'll be all right, man. But it remains to be seen. We shall see. But we definitely went into this. Architect, what you got?
I'm going to stick with you on the football aspect of it. Quick question before I get into it, though, because I had this quick, I think Micah Parsons is going to be the captain of y'all team defensively. Would you agree with that statement?
As long as they don't fuck around and try to make Vander Esch you know what I'm saying, a fucking captain or something. He should be. I mean, he's
Yeah.
only gonna be in his second year, but god dang, man,
He gives
he's a
me like that
reincarnate.
Ray Lewis. He gives me like the Ray Lewis
Yeah,
kind of vibe.
the Ray
You know what I mean?
Lewis, freaking Lawrence Taylor vibe. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. Just keep him out
Michael
the slot.
Parsons.
Keep him out
Parsons.
trying to play cornerback.
Yeah. You got to keep him rushing
Yeah.
quarterback
Yeah,
or
keep him in the box.
flats.
Lawrence
Yeah.
Taylor
Yeah.
has some big feet. Still, yeah.
But no, my 3 minutes, I'm, like I said, I'm gonna stick to the whole football aspect. I'm really excited about this football season, man. Not only as being a Raider fan, because I think we're gonna do really well. I think we're gonna shock the world as far as, they have us coming in last in our division, which I think is utterly ridiculous. I'm gonna be honest. I think it's utterly ridiculous. But all in all, as the football season as a whole, man, I think this is gonna be a season where a lot of teams that you think aren't gonna perform well. I'm mainly looking at, the bottom feeders, if you will. Looking at, I'm looking at the Jags, I'm looking at Detroit, I'm looking at even a team like Seattle, who doesn't really know. We don't know who the hell their starter is at this point. You know what I'm saying? Even teams like, I'm curious to see what the Texans are going to do with Lovie Smith. You know what I'm saying?
I
The
think they're gonna be all
Steelers.
right, man. I think they're not gonna be bad.
Yeah, even the Steelers. I think if they start, what's that boy name that they
Trubisky?
just drafted? No.
Come on, Pickett.
Yeah,
Wilson Pickett.
Yeah, I think if they start out with him, I think he's gonna shock a lot of people. I think the Jets are gonna shock a lot of people. I think all these teams that people are gonna be like, oh, they're only gonna win like 3-4 games. I think they're gonna end up winning maybe 5, 6, even 7 games. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like I kind of have that feeling like how I did with the Bengals last year, and even with the Bengals this year, man. I don't think the Bengals are
I
gonna.
don't go that far, G. Don't
No,
do it.
I'm not saying
Don't
I'm not saying like
do it,
they're
man.
gonna make it to the Super Bowl. See, I'm not
Age.
saying that they're gonna make it to the Super Bowl. I'm saying they're gonna make an improvement. Like the Bengals made a significant improvement. Now, I just thought they was gonna go to the Super Bowl because I believe in Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
But none of these teams that I've listed have a Joe Burrow type of caliber quarterback. You know what I'm saying? But I do, like I said, I do
put
see
like $1,000 on the Bengals to win the Super Bowl last year, and down there won like 250,000, some shit like that, man.
Yeah, exactly. Like I look at, I'm really curious to see what Trevor Lawrence is going to do with a real head coach. You know what I'm saying? Because I know Trevor Lawrence isn't a bad quarterback. It was just a
Who's
shitty
their head
situation
coach
last
now?
year. Peterson from Philly.
That's right.
You
know what I'm saying?
Peterson.
I think with having him as a real head coach and Doug Peterson, he seems like a player's coach kind of guy. He seems like he can, lead a team of sorts. I think they'll be okay. I'm curious to see what the hell the Niners are going to do because they did just give Debo that money. Trey Lance, he's clearly been given the reins to be QB1. Hold
on. Before you go further, I really want to get everybody's take on that. What do you really think of them having Trey Lance as like? I don't want to cut your shit short, but really, I'm really interested to see everybody's idea of this Trey Lance thing. Because honestly, he seemed to think Trey Lance might lead them to the Super Bowl or something. So I don't know.
I understand. Hey, don't put words in my mouth, man.
He might be a pseudo Niner fan, huh?
No. Hey, I said don't put words in my mouth. I ain't going that far.
No, honestly,
you called that man Trey Area. He ain't started freaking a full season yet. What the hell is
dog? That man said
it just sounds nice.
That's a bold take, Cotton. No, I ain't gonna lie. No, I think it's gonna be an upgrade from Jimmy G. Not only I think Jimmy G's smarts as far as how he looks at the football field, how he looks at his 11. I think a lot of that is really because he learned under Tom Brady, but I feel like it's almost an insult to Trey to think that he didn't sit back and watch or learn anything from Jimmy G. I'm not saying he's going to be exactly like him, but I think he'll do all right his first year starting. I'm not going to say he's going to be like Pat Mahomes or anything like that coming out the gates firing, but shit, I know he'll have the Niners in some games. he won't. I feel like he won't have to stress as much because he has a nice defense. You know what I mean?
What am I missing? Because I saw him play last year, man, and that shit, it didn't look good to me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see good quarterback play. Like I saw one dynamic broken play, like
that
Deebo
80-yard play
Sanders.
that you're talking about,
I
right?
saw that, but besides that, like I didn't see pocket presence. I didn't see a person in command of the freaking field. I didn't see nothing that would lead me to believe that he was ready to start 17 games for a team that's ready built to make a run for the Super Bowl. I didn't see none of that.
My reasoning behind that is because I look at other quarterbacks.
I'm not even talking about just you. I'm just talking about in general. A lot of people feel that he's ready to lead them somewhere.
Yeah, but my reason personally in seeing that is because I've seen other Black quarterbacks who didn't necessarily look amazing in their first season or their first couple of games, but you get the system under your belt. You have you not only have a team that believes in you, but a coaching staff that believes in you. I mean, they moved up to get him for a reason, right? Because they saw something that clearly none of us saw. But at the same time, I look at it like a look. I don't want to say Lamar Jackson, but that's the first. But I look at it in a situation like that where you have a quarterback that is going to get replaced in Kansas City. Alex Smith was going to get replaced. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, they give him a couple of games just to get his feet wet and stuff like that. But now that you give him the range, you give him a little bit more freedom. This is going to be where either you see that potential that you saw flourish, or you're going to see it crumble. And I'm more thinking of it as a half glass full guy than a half glass empty, because one, I want to see Black quarterbacks thrive, but at the same time, I wholeheartedly believe that Trey Lance can be a good quarterback. I'm not saying he's going to be all-time great and lead him to a Super Bowl, but I'm saying he could definitely fight for second place in that division.
Okay, let me hear what Raider Mike got on it.
Well, I just feel like this because the way the 49ers are so run heavy that it will allow him to get comfortable in the offense later in the season, passing wise, and going through his progressions and reads, because they run the ball. If they can run the ball like they did last year, they put him in there for one reason, Gregory, for big upside and potential. The guy can make all the throws. I'm not saying he ain't finna come in there and do a Patrick Mahomes or nothing like that. But I think that is why he could throw the deep ball better than Jimmy. Jimmy couldn't throw the deep ball. The 49ers want to be like the Raiders used to be at one about time. What we're about to be this year. They want to be able to run the football and throw the bomb. And he possesses that talent, that arm talent that the 49ers have been looking for.
Do they have a receiver that can take the top off?
Don't they got Marquise Goodwin still?
They got Mark. No, they got it. What's that? That Jennings dude is pretty good. Number 15 is pretty good, man. I've been kind of watching number 15. Don't
watch out for Brandon Ayuk too, as much as people
there you go right there. That's the guy that could take the top.
I know a lot of people talk shit about Brandon Ayuk, but
that's the receiver I'm talking about. Him too. That is the one who can get deep. So I think they have, and they got the tight end too. So I think his safety valve will definitely be the tight end.
You don't think Kittle gonna get that burn? Kittle gonna have about 1,100 this year. Watch.
Kittle's gonna have about 1,200.
Yeah,
I think he'll have 1,200 to 1,300 yards receiving. He's their best receiver. Deebo is their most dynamic player on offense, period. Yeah. So I think that with him and Trey Lance on the field, it's gonna be nice. I mean, I don't like the 49ers, but what I'm trying to say is I like to see up and coming young Black quarterbacks get in there and get their feet wet, and he's finna go in there and dive in head first. And if he did, I'm still saying 49ers go 11-6. 49ers go 11-6. They can go 11-6 with Trey Lance. That's what I think. But that's how I feel. I mean, I just think it's all based on potential. Is why they had to get rid of Jimmy, because Jimmy did take him to the Super Bowl, but Jimmy
lost them that Super Bowl too.
Yeah, no, Jimmy. Now see that throw that Jimmy missed.
He lost them that damn Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl that the throw that he missed to Emmanuel Sanders, Trey Lance can make. That's all I'm saying. That's the difference right there, Greg. They looked at the film, and that's it.
All right. Well, shoot, you got 3 minutes of phone you want to get off?
Yeah, we can get that off too, Gregory. I can always get some, freestyle. You know what I'm saying? Freestyle on mine. I pay style or freestyle. I freestyle for. You know what I'm saying? When I was rapping, I was known to freestyle. But yeah, okay. Well, this is where I'm gonna go. I could talk about my Raiders. I love my Raiders. I did that last time. We're going 12-5. We're winning the division. That's all I gotta say. AFC West, we're coming for you. All you naysayers out there talking all that stuff, saying we're gonna be in last place, you're disrespectful. So I'm gonna see you guys at the end. So anyway, what I came on here to talk about, and I always liked the guy. I liked him at Alabama. He came out and got his hip broke or whatever he did. Tua Tagovailoa. We're gonna go there. I'm gonna go there because I just think it's so unfair for them to judge him the way they talking about. He on his last leg. He on his last meal. On his last meal, homeboy. He didn't even play a full season yet. Let's let the man play a full season with all the look. He got the look at all the weaponry he got around him right now. And he got Mostert. They got 2 running backs, and they got Mostert back there, and the dude that they picked up from the Cardinals. And they shoot what they got. Tyreek Hill, you got Jalen Waddle, you got Kazicki at tight end. Come on, man. I mean, he had Alabama all over again. What is y'all talking about?
Yeah.
He is back at Alabama, and y'all tripping. And I'm not jumping on no bandwagon. I just happen to like the way he played because when he came in and filled in and took over for Jalen Hurts and won that damn game for them, I knew that he was pretty damn special. He was good. It's just that, he was drafting more fat over what's his name? Was Herbert, Justin Herbert. Yeah, but he was drafted over him for a reason. When he was healthy, he was a good quarterback. You're not saying that Justin Herbert done took off now, but don't think that Tua Tagovailoa can't play to his potential in the way that they think he's supposed to play. And he's going to prove that this year. He's going to make everybody put their damn foot in their damn mouth for disrespecting that man like that. Like he can't throw a football, like he can only throw a football 20 yards or something. Come on, man. Come on, man. That's cold though. I mean, all these naysayers and all these critics are going to mess around and get shit in their mouth. You know what I'm saying? They're going to have a mouthful of shit at the end of the season because the stuff that they talking, they're going to have a mouthful of shit in their damn mouth and what running to the toilet trying to get it out. Because I'm just trying to tell you, I mean, that's too many weapons, and they got an excellent defense. They gonna be able to run the ball.
Yeah, they got a damn good defense.
But Greg, they're gonna have the short passing game. They're gonna have the long passing game. As long as the offensive line they have made improvements on their offensive line. This is like I'm telling you, Tua is about to be at Alabama. Y'all gonna think he is Nick Saban out there, and he back at Alabama throwing to Jerry Jeudy and
their biggest question mark is their head coach. We don't know nothing about him.
Oh, the coach. I think the coach is, but the coach is going to be creative with the offense, and that's what's going to be the difference right there, Greg. I don't know how much of a leader he is. I don't know if he walked on water and never fell, but But Tua's going to walk on water and never fall. I'm just trying to tell you, he's going to have a good year this year to shut everybody up. That's all I got to say about that. Get off his ass. Let him play a full season, and then let's talk about him and judge him after the season.
Okay, I can dig that. I can dig that, man. Well, with that, let's everybody sign off, and then we're going to slide on out of here.
That's your player partner, Raider Mike, sliding in, sliding out.
It's your boy, the Young Architect. I appreciate everybody for tuning in, and free Brittany Griner.
Yes, yes, I like that. Yes, yes. And then once again, it's Big G. We're signing off. For everybody to like, share, and subscribe. And join us again next week. We'll have Raider Lady 19 back and more NFL news. And see you in the chat.